Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 45 of The Road to Glory, here with Kyler Adams. So let's try and move on from, obviously, last episode. The plan was to sign Jack Bruce. Obviously, it turned out he was toxic in the Seaverse, and as such, he's no longer an option for us. Alright, so before we get into our first Battella Eterna, I want to take a little look at the popularity and importance. As you can see, we're at 40 importance in northern Mexico, and we're also at 44 popularity in the other two regions. Nice 61C there for West Central as well. So, realistically, we're getting pretty close. We only need 7 more points of importance in northern Mexico, which roughly equates to about 7 points of popularity. So once we get to about 51, so a D plus there, we should be pretty much cult, and that is the short-term goal for these next few episodes. Obviously, we do have TEW 2020 coming out very soon. I do have an affiliated link, I should say, with Greydogsoftware. So if you want to give back to the channel, I will be putting out the link with every new episode on TEW 2020. So I believe this is how it's going to work. Essentially the beta version will come into effect, which is essentially a 2-month trial, which is, it gives you a decent taste of the game. And I think that's going to be released first before the retail version is actually released itself. So everyone will be essentially playing the trial version when it first drops. I'm looking forward to it anyway. Like I said, I've got a lot of good series plans lined up. No. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And I say that. The CEO of Pride Glory has been removed, and if we were cult already, we would actually are they cult? Okay, we are going to apply. They're cult. I thought they were national. Oh, that is so good right now. We could potentially be going to Pride Glory Honor Wrestling. I'm assuming Kikawa was their CEO, was he? I have no idea. But we have 2 retirees here, Dark Angel and Kikawa. Of course, Kikawa was a guy we were looking at signing once upon a time. Okay, well that's really, really interesting. So they still currently have a booker, but I assume once they get a new owner / CEO in, they will probably get rid of their booker. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that as we give Miyaki a 75% pay rise. Anyway, let's advance to our next TV show. I'm just hoping that Kyler's reputation is going to be good enough. I think it is a B- from what I remember. I'm hoping that's going to be good enough to get the Pride Glory job. Can you imagine? Alright, so Laurenista relocating. And again, we'll just have to keep a bit of a close eye. I mean, look at their main event for their tour show here. 89A tag team match. I mean, they have some serious talent. They really do. Probably not as good as they used to be, considering they're only cult and not national. Kunamasu there. Pride Koiso. Interesting. Mushashibo. I mean, just look at how good he is. Number 6 in the world in the Power 500. 91 A's across Japan. absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we could probably get a 100, 100 A-star match out of him and Kyler. He is very old, though. As you can see, 42 years old. So I think if we do get this Pride Glory head booker job, we are going to have to push Kyler as fast as possible into a, upper mid-card main event level, because obviously a lot of our older workers, if we are to get the job, I mean, there's a possibility that we probably won't get the job as well. I mean, you saw how things went with TCW before we actually got the Oli job. Anyway, let's book. I don't really remember what I was doing in the last episode. So we had Critico taking on Kyler Adams. That's interesting. Okay. Do we have any matches booked for the... We do. Okay, perfect. We have El Critico taking on Boom Boom Jamaica, which I believe is for the Universal title. We have Miyake taking on Americano for the Mexico title. And we have a bit of a grudge match there for Mercy and Labyrinto. But with that being said, let's go like this. Let's go Labyrinto Jr. And he can actually, let's go with Urban Gladiators. And they're going to take on Angel of Mercy and Marcos Flores. I don't really want to make this the main event. I don't think I will. Let's go 12 minutes. Let's give Mercy the victory, and he can pin Strongman. Call, obviously. That's nice and easy. And Strongman will actually take a loss there to Mercy. Then we want to go with a trios match. And let's have Dragon Americano and New Wave Outlaws to take on Motoyuki Miyake. Who else can we use? Let's go North Star Jr. and Phoenix 4. Nice 10-minute match there. We're going to give Dragon Americano the victory. Phoenix can lose. And that looks pretty good as well. Okay, we need a main event. We need a main event. Let's go Nicholas Lopez. Actually, we haven't really used Tricolor much recently. Let's go Lopez, and he can take on maybe Atlantis Jr. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good match. Let's do that. The real problem is, can we still do 20-minute singles matches? I'm starting to think we might not be able to with Nicholas Lopez. And that in itself could be a bit of a big problem. Alright, so that's going to be our main event. Let's go with Huracan, and he can verse, I think, Silver Tiger. It's probably a good option. He is hoping Silver Tiger doesn't actually get injured. Huracan, he does like to botch. I think this can be a high spots match as well. Alright, so there we go, high spots. Chuck that there, and then we want a women's tag match as well, I guess. Let's go with Francisca and Hellcat, and they can take on Pinky, and I think, let's go with Estrella. We'll give the victory to... Let's give it to Hellcat. I wouldn't mind actually pushing Hellcat a little bit. Oh no, definitely not. I was going to say, can they call it? But I don't think they can. Because obviously Francisca is quite bad in regards to her psychology. Alright, that looks pretty good. We don't have a match for Kyla. That's the only problem I see here. Alright, let's do some angles. I want a Nicholas Lopez angle. A Silver Tiger angle as well. Alright, let's reduce this by 2, and then we can actually chuck in a Kyla match as well. Alright. Let's just do... We'll do a singles, and who do we have left? I mean, DDF still there. Let's go with Felipe. Like I said, I responded to a comment. Basically, that was kind of asking me to push certain guys on the roster, such as Sal. Okay, never mind. We won't do Felipe. Let's do. I guess we'll do Seth. Going back to a previous rivalry they had in Summit. Obviously, Kyla going to get the victory there as well. Yeah, that can go there, that's fine. And one more, we'll go a pre-show match as well. Let's go with Absolute Power taking on El Mitico and Boom Boom. Definitely should be on the main show. Give Boom Boom the victory. And we'll go one more. Let's go a singles match with Takashita taking on El Critico. I mean, Takashita, I'm pretty sure, isn't he a Pride Glory graduate? Oh, WLW. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, loyal to WLW. Okay, I mean, it's fine. Would have just been nice if we do indeed get the Pride Glory job to have brought a nice familiar face in. I really like Takashita. Anyway, let's run the show. Starting off with a 72 B- for El Critico defeating Takashita in 10:01 by pinfall with a critical mass on the pre-show. That's kind of main event quality. Anyway, moving on to another really good match that should have been on the main card. 69C+ for the tag match. Omitico and Boom Boom Jamaica defeating Absolute Power in 9:36 when Boom Boom defeated Major Juanta by pinfall with a Drop the Boom. Two really good pre-show matches there. We then go into a 59C trios match to open the show. We have Dragon Americano and New Wave Outlaws defeating Maruyuki Miyake, North Star, and Phoenix 4 in 10:27 when Dragon Americano defeated Phoenix 4 by submission, and then Phoenix being the weak link there as well. No improvements. We then go into the women's match, which gets a 54C-, where we have Francisca Marcos and Hellcat Hernandez defeating Pinky Perez and Estrella Blanca in 10:19, when Hellcat defeated Estrella by pinfall with a running bulldog. And yeah, Hellcat was actually the weak link in the match. However, she is improving in both flying and performance skills as well. So she's doing pretty well. We then go into an 81B, where we have Silver Tiger cutting a nice solo angle by himself. His match does really, really well, getting a 71C+ out of Hurricane, where we have Silver Tiger defeating Hurricane in 8-13 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. And of course, this match was the high spots. Crazy to see Hurricane in a 71C+. We then go into the tag match, which gets a 61C, where we have Angel of Mercy and Marcos Flores defeating the Urban Gladiators in 11:54. And Angel of Mercy defeated Strongman by pinfall with a Mercy of God. Yeah, Strongman off his game, visibly tiring in a 12-minute tag match. Not great. We also have Mercy, Angel of Mercy improving in flying skills as well, so it's not all bad. We then go straight into the Kyler Adams match, which gets a 62C. We have Kyler defeating Seth Whitehead in 10:25 by pinfall with a K trigger. Yeah, good match. We also have Kyler improving in rumble skills as well, which is going to help out his brawling, I assume. We then go to a 76B- for Nicholas Lopez's pre-main event angle. Kind of expected a B, but again, it's only 1 point away. And the main event, kind of bombing a little bit. 66C+ there. Where we have Nicholas Lopez defeating Atlantis Jr. in 1949 by pinfall with a Lopez Buster. Yeah, not great. Only a 67 in-ring there from Nicholas. Anyway, and the show should still be pretty good. Getting a 68C+. I mean, it's okay. It's still increasing our popularity in the 2 regions we need it to, which I guess is the most important thing at the moment. But yeah, the main event definitely letting the rest of the show down. Probably should have used El Critico. Alright, let's have a look. What do we have here? We've got a few, we got a booking complaint here from Atlantis. Batella Turner TV rating getting a 0.53. Not too bad. I think that's up, actually. Got Dragon Americano thinking Phoenix 4 has poor ring psychology, which he does. And apparently Boom Boom Jamaica thinks Devious Dr. Fang is going to be a star in the making. Which, I guess I would tend to agree with that. Sure, I think he's pretty good. He's also improved quite a lot. Still with Summit Wrestling there as a main eventer as well. Okay. Alright, so the owner position's still vacant, so we're going to have to sort of just wait and see as to what happens with that. Man, it would be so massive for the series if we were actually able to go straight to Pride Glory. I mean, realistically, I would think that they're pretty close to being national as well. And of course, the goal of the whole series is to get a 100A star match in a national or above company, so would be pretty close. Anyway, we got Too Hot stepping down as the head booker of 4C, which is interesting. Obviously, at a lower level compared to Oli. But that would have been a pretty good option, I think, from going from Summit, even though I think we were in a better position with Summit. Alright, so Tricolor fully fit from his injury in the last episode. And start using him again now, which is great. And it's still... Ooh, they had Anniversario. Anniversario? Yeah. Anniversario. Okay. 93A, that's a pretty good show. Main event, El Leon defeating Mayan Idol. Crazy. Alright, anyway, let's just keep advancing. I kind of just want to see what happens with Pride Glory at this point. I mean, we're still going to book the shows with Oli relatively well. Tyson Bane has retired. I mean, we were thinking about bringing him in as well. Probably should have, considering how popular he actually is in Mexico. But he wouldn't actually sign with us because we're too small of a company. Okay, there we go. The head booker position of Pride Glory Honor Wrestling is now available following a change in ownership. Alright, let's go, boys. We've got to apply. Alright, there we go. We have applied. Imagine. I mean, just look at their importance. They need 65 in 6 regions. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's literally like one region, TEW. Which I assume is like maybe one or 2 points of popularity increase. Because Hokkaido is pretty much there already. I mean, that'd be pretty amazing. It definitely would be amazing, and definitely a massive step up as well. Regardless, we're probably not going to hear about it for a little while, so we'll probably book one show before we get a response. Ooh, EMLL coming in for Boom Boom, Jamaica. Only a paper appearance deal, but I mean, it's probably a good thing, really. Gets him wrestling a little bit more if we do have to stay with Oli. Either way, the series could be changing massively again. I mean, it changed big time when we came to Oli. I'd really like El Mitico to be available for Japan. He'd be quite a decent pickup. Alright, let's do a quick rib here. Alright, successful rib on Estrella Blanca. Go another generic venue. And let's book. So, the main event is going to be... Let's try and blend 2 sort of storylines or title matches together. So let's go Boom Boom Jamaica and Motoyuki Miyake. And they can take on El Critico and Dragon Americano for 20 minutes. And then we're going to give the victory to Boom Boom. And he's going to pin Dragon Americano. I think we can call. Yeah, I think we can. I mean, Miyake would be a straight away pickup. Wait, what? Hold on. Does Miyake... I mean, he obviously wrestles in America as well. Wait, what? He only works in Mexico? I'm so confused right now. Oh, so he's on excursion, but where is he from? I honestly have no idea where he's actually from. Anyway. Doesn't matter too much. That's going to be the main event. We want a... I guess we've got another singles match. Let's go for... Let's go DDF. Devious Dr. Fang to take on Kyler. Again, I think that'll be another pretty good match. We'll just give 10 minutes. Kyler to get the victory there. Maybe let's go a trios match. So we want Mercy and the Eternal Kings. And they can take on... Let's go with... Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Let's go Silent Accusers. And then we can chuck in Major Huanta. So, Heroes versus Evil Inc. The trio's titles on the line. Scripted as well. I don't think Huanta is up to scratch yet. Yeah, still a little bit low on his psychology. Let's do a singles match for the women. Make it a #1 contenders match. We'll have Hellcat taking on... let's go Lauren Easter. And we're going to give Lauren the victory there. New #1 contender. Her psychology is actually pretty good. Let's get rid of scripted and let's go call-in ring. Hellcat's better than I thought she was. I'm a big fan of hers. I do really like her in regards to women in the C-verse. We need a... So that can be storytelling. We also need a high-flying match. So... let's go weird and wacky. And they can take on... Who can they take on? I guess Silver Tiger and Atlantis. Or, no, we'll go Cosmic Rider. Yeah. I think Cosmic is high-flying, isn't he? Yeah, definitely. Okay, perfect. We'll give the victory to Cosmic Rider. High spots there. And let's book our angles first of all. So let's go Lauren Easter. She can have her angle to begin the show. Then I guess we want we definitely want a Kyler angle. Non-scripted, of course, because he's just OP. I think El Critico and Dragon Americano. Maybe just El Critico? Yeah, so let's go El Critico. And Boom Boom, but only El Critico to actually be rated. Then finally we need one more. I guess we'll go Heroes. Let's go Mercy, Marcos Flores, and Nicholas Lopez. Just before the trios title match. And that looks pretty good. I guess let's do a pre-show match as well. Let's go New Wave Outlaws, and they can take on North Star and Phoenix. Let's go Sunny. North Star and Sunny. We'll give Mobstar the victory. I mean, that can probably be called. Anyway. And let's also go with... Let's go with the Sufferer. We'll go Juggernauts, actually. Juggernauts 1 can take on Hurricane and Yellow Flash. And let's give Ramos the victory. Pre-show, perfect. Alright, there we go. That looks pretty good. Let's run this show as well. Alright, so we start off with a 53 C-, where we have the Juggernauts 1 defeating Hurricane and Yellow Flash in 10-18, when Ramos defeated Hurricane by pinfall with a Warrior Slice. And Ramos sustained a broken ankle. Probably Hurricane botching. Anyway, it's only on the pre-show. Yeah, sustained a broken ankle. We then go into our second pre-show match, getting a 62C. We have New Wave Outlaws defeating North Star Jr. and Sunny Wildside in 10-04, when Mobstar defeated Sunny by pinfall with a Flattener DDT. Pretty good match. We also have Mobstar improving in both technical and flying skills as well. Alright, so we start the show off with a pretty dismal, pretty bad promo here. Pretty bad angle from Lauren Easter, only getting a 46D. Pretty lackluster. Anyway, hopefully the match is better. They don't have chemistry, so it only got a 50D+, which is pretty bad, but we have Lauren Easter defeating Hellcat Hernandez in 10-12 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. And yeah, they don't seem to click. A little bit unfortunate. Anyway, let's pre-book in another match. 2 out of 3 falls for our women, and we're going to have the champion, Mystery Pink, still the champion. What is she at, like 11 defenses at the moment? 10 or 11? And she's going to be taking on Lauren Easter for the Mujeres title. Moving on to a 70C+, where we have the Heroes stable doing an angle together before the Trios title match. The Trios match getting a 63C, where we have Heroes defeating Evil Inc. in 9:42, when Marcos Flores defeated Samael by pinfall with a Flores Heaven Elbow. Angel of Mercy and the Eternal Kings make defense number 2 of the Campeonatos de Trios Oli titles. We also have Hush there, improving in Rumble skills, so not too bad. Let's move on to a 75B- high spots match. Okay, where we have Silver Tiger and Cosmic Rider defeating Weird and Wacky in 10:07, when Cosmic Rider defeated Takashita by submission with a gravitational pull. Really good match. Another really good high spots match. 75B-. Probably should have been the main event. Anyway, moving into an 81B, where we have a nice Kyla Adams angle there. A little bit lower than the recent ones, but again, he improvised well throughout the angle. His match, not great. 63C. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of wanting better from Kyla. We'll check his popularity in Mexico after this show. We do have Kyla Adams defeating Devious Dr. Fang in 10-12 by pinfall with a K-trigger. No improvements. Moving on to a 78B, where we have El Critico cutting a bit of a scathing promo on Boom Boom Jamaica, saying that, you know, he's just a washed up wrestler coming from that other company, and somehow finds himself in a main event level feud for El Critico's Universal title. Pretty good promo though, happy with that. The main event itself getting a 74B-, so still pretty good considering the other match we had on the show. But we have Boom Boom Jamaica and Motoyuki Miyake defeating El Critico and Dragon Americano in 2021, when Boom Boom Jamaica defeated Dragon Americano by pinfall with a Drop the Boom. And then in terms of in-ring work, El Critico head and shoulders above everyone else with a 79 in-ring performance there. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, definitely happy with that. We also have El Critico improving in performance skills as well. at the ripe age of 43, I think. I'm happy with that. Let's end the show. We do get a 74 B-, so the same as our main event rating there for the overall show, and it does increase our popularity in all 3 regions. Perfect. Alright, hopefully we'll get a bit of an answer. Alright, so let's check Ramos's injury here. So he's got a broken ankle. He's going to be out for 54 days, so just under 2 months there. Not great. He's got a lot of popularity, though. He really does have a lot, which I find pretty strange. I mean, he's a mid-carder now. The TV rating getting a 0.56, so again, pretty decent, pretty high. And finally, we have Angel of Mercy with an opinion on Samael, saying that he's turning into a good worker, and he's worth getting behind. I agree with that. And we're actually into our pay-per-view, so I guess we'll book that as well before we find out what is going to happen. All right, so let's put it on Celestion Mexico, of course, our pay-per-view carrier. I think I might get rid of Victor Pasquale. He's a very negative influence, and I mean, I just don't see a lot of upside to him. He's pretty good. He's pretty good, but I just don't see the upside when he's going to be that negative backstage. Anyway, we'll go another generic venue, and let's book in our matches. So let's do the women's match first. Obviously, we'll give it 12 minutes. Mujeres title on the line. No winner, because I want to see if Lauren can actually win the match herself. Or is it going to be another defense for Mystery Pink? Then we want to go with Mercy and Labyrinto. I think this could be... No, I was going to say High Spots, but... Yeah, I don't think it can be. Either way, it's still going to be a pretty good match. We'll give it 20. And, of course, Angel of Mercy getting the victory there. Basically putting himself into sort of #1 contenders position without actually being in a #1 contenders match. Mexico title on the line as well. Do I want to give it 20? Yeah, we'll give it 20 as well. Why not? Mexico title on the line. Yeah, I kind of want Dragon Americano to retain. So we'll give him the victory there as well. And then finally, the Universal title match. Looking pretty good on paper. Definitely looking good on paper. El Critico is going to be the victor, though. Gotta make sure I put the title on the line. Don't want to mess that up. Alright, there we go. Let's go a tag team match. And I think we'll have a trios match as well. Actually, can we do a triple threat trios match? Is that a thing? It is indeed a thing. Okay. Well, we can't actually use the champions, I just realized. But what we can do is we can just do a bit of a impromptu trios match. Let's go Almitico, Kyla, and we'll go with Tricolor. And they can take on the Eternal Kings, being partnered by Yellow Flash or North Star. I think North Star is probably a better option. And then we'll go a heel team as well. Let's chuck in we'll save Silver Tiger. Let's go Absolute Power and Samael. So Evil Inc. yet again. albeit a different combination. And let's leave it blank, I think. Yeah. That can also be the storytelling match. There we go. Move that up to there. We need a high spots match, so let's go with... Let's go Cosmic Rider, and he can take on Takashita. I think that'd actually be a really good high spots match. We'll go 12. Obviously, Cosmic Rider going to pick up the victory there. High spots. I can go right there. That's perfect. And I guess let's book some angles before we do anything else. So again, we'll go Critico. Nice entertainment angle there. Let's go with, I think, Miyake. Yeah, he can do a menace angle pretty well. So we'll go a menace angle there for Maruyuki Miyake. I guess we'll go with a mercy angle. What else can we do? I don't really want to... I guess Mystery Pink. Let's put both of them in it. So Mystery Pink and Lauren Easter. And that can start off the show. And then I guess we'll just go with maybe this team. So Kyla's team. So Midiko, Kyla, and Tricolor. I think that's pretty good. And I guess we can chuck another one on for maybe Cosmic Rider. Alright, there we go. Nice, that looks pretty good. Let's do a couple of pre-show matches. Who have we got? We've got... Let's go Slayer and... Silver Tiger. And they can take on Yellow Flash and Phoenix. Could be a pretty good pre-show match, actually. And then we'll go one more. Let's go a women's match. Women's tag team match. We'll go Brooke Tyler and Queen Amazon to take on Dreamer and Velvet. We'll give Brooke the victory. Velvet can lose. That's fine. And it's looking pretty good to me for a pay-per-view anyway. So let's run the show. Starting off with a 58C- for the women's pre-show match. We have Brooke Tyler and Queen Amazon defeating Electric Dreamer and Velvet Suarez in 10:03. When Brooke Tyler defeated Velvet Suarez by submission with a Brooke Breaker. And apparently, yeah, Brooke Tyler and Queen Amazon showed excellent chemistry when tag teaming together. So I guess we have a new women's tag team. Pretty cool to see. I'm actually impressed with that. And the other pre-show match getting us a 64C. We have Silver Tiger and Slayer defeating Phoenix 4 and Yellow Flash in 9:59. When Silver Tiger defeated Phoenix 4 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. Yeah, no improvements. So we start the show off with a 55 C- where we have Mystery Pink cutting an angle or a bit of a promo on Lauren Easter. Lauren Easter giving it back to her a little bit, saying that she's going to be the woman to take the Mujeres title away from her. The match does pretty well, getting a 64C, where we once again have Mystery Pink defeating her opponent, this time Lauren Easter, in 12:30 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a flying body press. Mystery Pink makes defense number 12 of her Campeonato de las Mujeres title. Yeah, pretty crazy. But she's the champion for a reason, and she's still the champ because she pulls out, C-rated matches like that pretty much consistently. Anyway, moving into a 70C+ for Angel of Mercy's angle. Of course, this had a bit of a feud with Labyrinto. Their match gets a 62C, where we have Angel of Mercy defeating Labyrinto Jr. in 2003 at 2 falls to 1 after winning the first, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a Mercy of God. I mean, it's a pretty good match. It's kind of what you expect from 2 upper mid-carders. Just average, but, good enough. And good to see Mercy getting a 60 in-ring, so he's kind of ready to break into the main event. We then go to a 71C+. We have Cosmic Rider cutting an angle for himself prior to his high spots match, which does pretty well, 66C+. Where we have Cosmic Rider defeating Takashita in 11:41 by submission with a gravitational pull. Apparently too long of a match for Takashita, even though it was only 12. But they also have great chemistry together, and it showed in their performance. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. It's good to know. Moving on to a 73B-, where we have the trios team of El Mítico, Kyla, and Tricolor with a bit of an angle together prior to the Triple Threat Trios match, which does well, 66C+ there. We have El Mítico, Kyla, and Tricolor defeating North Star Jr. and the Eternal Kings and Evil Incorporated in 11:47. The order of elimination was Evil Inc. first, and then North Star and the Eternal Kings. Yeah, really good match. I'm quite impressed, and of course, I didn't actually set a winner for this one, so El Mítico, Kyla, and Tricolor picking up the victory there. Pretty big win, considering the Eternal Kings were actually in the match. We also have Samael improving in Rumble skills as well. All in all, I think that was a pretty good match. Happy with it. We then move into a 58C- for Motoyuki Miyake's Menace angle. Relatively good. Relatively good. The match getting a 65C, where we have Dragon Americano defeating Motoyuki Miyake in 2020 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by submission, Dragon Americano making defense number 4 of his Campeonato del Mexico title. Again, another pretty good match, sort of what you expect from upper mid-carders. It's in that C range, which is about average, what you need to expect from an upper mid-carder, and it's pretty impressive. Miyake's only a mid-carder, so yeah, pretty happy with that. We then go into an 81B for El Critico's angle prior to the main event. Looking for a B out of the main event. I'm not sure if we'll get it, but that's kind of what I want. And the main event gets a 78B. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. All right. We have El Critico defeating Boom Boom Jamaica in 1948 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a critical mass. El Critico making defense number 2 of his Campeonato de Universal Ole title. And we also had Boom Boom Jamaica off his game, so yeah, definitely happy with El Critico there, carrying that match with a 75 in-ring. We also have El Critico improving in Rumble skills as well. All right, let's end the show. Getting a 75B- for the pay-per-view. Matanza total. And again, increasing popularity in all 3 regions of Mexico. Let's give a little speech out. Who is upset? Just trying to think who's upset at the moment. I think Dragon Americano is upset, from what I remember. Now the problem is, who else is actually upset? Should probably have a look at this before we go into pay-per-views, so I can use these a bit better. Maybe Labyrinto. I mean, we'll praise him anyway. And maybe Yellow Flash. Yeah, we'll go for these 3. I mean, who knows what's actually going to happen. If I'm even praising the right people that have morale issues. I'm probably not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the... Well, we have Slayer with a booking complaint there. That's fine. The pay-per-view buy rate getting a 0.11. I'm pretty sure that's up quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken. We can go back and check. Let's go show history. So Matanza total, 0.11. Heroes Disponibles, 0.08. With about 13,000 less buyers. And then if we go a bit further down, we have 0.08 again, which is only 40,500. So yeah, it's definitely gone up by about 0.03 points, I should say. I'm assuming that's going to actually equate, yeah, it's actually equating to a lot more pay-per-view revenue. About nearly 40,000 extra, which is massive, really. An extra 40k per week. I mean, that could have paid for Jack Bruce's wages, essentially. Oh well, let's just keep advancing. I want to see if we get the Pride Glory update. And see if we get the job. I mean, that would be a pretty good way to end the episode, I have to admit. Would set us up very, very nicely for episode 46. But there is only 5 days until the next Battala Eterna. We're also actually into the last month. Okay, SWF offering Ricky Dale Johnson a contract. Very strange. I wonder if it's I don't really know what it would be for, actually. Road agent, maybe? I mean, what can he do? There's a color commentator. Why are they signing? Why is SWF signing him? He's only a 52 in color commentary. Oh no. Oh, it's been rejected. Mito Miwa, who is a road agent. That's unfortunate. I mean, you kind of expected it. It is a step up. And as you can see, I mean, he's pretty over in the region as well. Yeah, definitely a little bit unfortunate. I would have really liked to have gotten that job with Pride Glory. I think it would have catapulted this series even further than it is currently. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not really too worried about it. Purely for the fact that with Oli, we're very close to cult ourselves. If we have a look here, we're probably, yeah, we're up to 45D popularity, and we're up to a 41 importance. So we're 6 points away from cult. 6 points, that's not a lot. And I believe, yeah, the wrestling industry and economy are both still rising, which is massive, and it's exactly what we want, really. So that's pretty perfect. Anyway, let's just keep advancing. We'll do one more show for the episode, one more Battalion Turner, the last one of the month of August as well. And I have to say, we're getting through this year pretty quickly. I mean, applying for the Pride Glory job probably taken a bit of focus away from what's sort of really been happening this episode. But I think, you know, the pay-per-view was pretty decent. I think it was very decent. All right, now the question is, what are we going to do going forward from here? I think I know what I want to do. All right, so we're going to start off with a fatal four-way match. All the number one contenders, well, the winner is going to become the number one contender for the Mexico title. We're going to have DDF and another mid-carder. Another mid-card heel. Let's go with Hush. And they're going to take on Tyler Adams and Extranjero Loco. We are not going to set a winner. I think we can call it, though. Yeah, I definitely think we can call it. I think Hush is definitely good enough, yeah, these days. Alright, so there we go. Number one contenders match. The main event. Let's go with the tag team titles. And let's go with the Eternal Kings taking on Cosmic Rider. Who is Phoenix? Did he pick up an injury? No, he had an injury previously. That's right. For some reason I thought he was injured, but I guess that might have been Tricolor from the last episode. So tag team titles, or Parejas titles on the line in this main event. And we're actually going to give the victory to Cosmic Rider. But it is going to be tainted, and the loser is going to be Flores. And he's extremely unhappy about that. So I guess we'll keep him strong. I don't like doing that for a main event, but it's going to kind of feed into the whole storyline we've got going on at the moment. I'm going to kick a pretty decent storyline off now that we're actually staying with Ole. Up next, we'll go with a trios match. Let's have New Wave Outlaws and El Critico. Yeah, okay, that works. And they can take on the team of North Star, Tricolor, and Yellow Flash. And we're gonna start a little push for the New Wave Outlaws. But we'll give El Critico the victory, so they'll get a bit of a rub just by being on that team. Which I think it'll be fairly decent for them. We'll make that the storytelling match there as well. Up next, we'll go with a women's tag. Let's go with let's go Mystery Pink and Brooke to take on Dreamer and Inky. I guess so. I'll give it 12. Give the victory. Let's give it to Brooke, actually. Let's go Brooke. And then finally, we need a high spots match. Let's go Boom Boom Jamaica. And he can take on maybe Seth. Nope, not Seth. I guess, yeah, Mystico. That's fine. And I guess we'll just go 10. Boom Boom with the victory. Nice spots, perfect. Okay. Got to do our angles, but let's book the pre-show matches as well. So let's go Silver Tiger and Dragon Americano. They can take on Phoenix and Sunny. We'll give Dragon the victory, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much. Click it about 5 times. Okay, there we go. And we'll go another tag match. We'll go face team of El Mitico. Do these guys have bad chemistry? I think they have bad chemistry. And then we'll go with Juggernauts. Ooh, we don't have Juggernauts 3. Alright, they can just go the Suffering then, that's fine. Yeah, I thought that was the case. Anyway, we'll go with Miyake, and yeah, those two. And then Elmitico can get the victory there as well. On the pre-show. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's do angles. So we'll do a main event angle. Let's just have the Eternal Kings. So Marcos and Nicholas Lopez. Then we want Kyla, I think. Non-scripted. Hopefully Kyla wins and becomes the #1 contender. Otherwise, gonna look like a bit of an idiot. That's fine. Then I guess we can go all 3 of these guys because they're all relatively good at speaking. Yeah. But I will have to change Austin and Mobstar both to mid-carders. Otherwise we'll get a penalty. Alright, now we can do their angle together as well. So let's go Critico up top, and then Austin and Mobstar. Let's actually try Mobstar. Actually, never mind. We'll do Menace. We'll do Menace. Okay, there we go. We've only got 3 minutes left, so I might have to do a... Oh, I suppose we could just do a work the crowd match. That's fine for the women. Alright, looks good. Let's run the last show of the episode. Last show of the month as well. So we start off with a 64C on the pre-show for Silver Tiger and Dragon Americano defeating Phoenix 4 and Sunny Wildside in 10:25. When Dragon Americano defeated Phoenix by pinfall. I'm guessing he doesn't have a finisher. Anyway, Phoenix and Sunny have 0 chemistry as partners, so that's pretty good to know. That's why you use the pre-show. We then go to a 67C+, where we have El Mitico and Motoyuki Miyake defeating the Suffering in 9:47, when El Mitico defeated Seth by a pinfall with a Northern Lights suplex. Good match. We also have Felipe improving in technical skills as well. Alright, so we start the show off with a really good women's match, a 69C+ there. We have Mystery Pink and Brooke Tyler defeating Electric Dreamer and Pinky Perez in 12:10, when Brooke defeated Pinky by submission with a Brooke Breaker. Yeah, just a really good match. Really solid. Brooke's up there as well with a 53. She was the worst performer, but still hanging in there, getting about the same as Pinky Perez. No improvements. Moving on to a 61C with El Critico and the New Wave Outlaws. Not a bad angle. Their trios match getting a 69C+, where we have El Critico and New Wave Outlaws defeating North Star Jr., Tricolor, and Yellow Flash in 10:03, when El Critico defeated North Star by pinfall with a critical mass. We also have El Critico still improving, this time in technical skills. He's always improving, I don't understand. He's so old, but still doing really well. We then go straight into a 69C+ for our high spots match. We have Boom Boom Jamaica defeating Mystico in 10:21 by pinfall with a drop the boom. Just a really, really good high spots match there. Happy with that. We then go into a 79B for Kyler's angle. Unscripted angle, of course. These are a little bit lower than what he was doing before, so that's pretty interesting. But still a really good rating. And again, improvising well without a script. The Fatal 4-Way match is, I messed it up. I put slow build on it. You were probably screaming at me because I was going to give it 20 minutes and then I decided not to give it 20. Anyway, it gets a 50D+, which is bad because I expect it would have done a lot better. But we actually do have Kyler Adams defeating Devious Dr. Fang, Hush, and Extranjero Loco in 9:31 when Kyler defeated Hush by pinfall with a K trigger. And yeah, he got a 63 in-ring performance there, despite the really bad rating for the match. We also have Hush improving in Rumble skills, so yeah, new number one contender for the biggest show, essentially the WrestleMania, or the Wrestle Kingdom for Oli. El Dia Nacional de Lucha is going to be Kyler Adams one-on-one against Dragon Americano 2 out of 3 falls match for the Mexico title. And what a chance, what an opportunity for Kyler to win his first title in Oli at the biggest show for the Mexico title. I mean, that really is, quite an event. And it should be quite a match as well. Moving on to a 71C+ from the Eternal Kings prior to the main event. A little bit low. They're kind of falling off a little bit, which is understandable for their age. And the main event only getting a 70C+, but again, we did actually keep a worker strong, which does the overall show rating, or the overall match rating, I should say. Yeah, we have Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3 defeating the Eternal Kings in 2011 when Cosmic Rider defeated Marcos Flores by submission with a gravitational pull after blatantly cheating. Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3 make defense number 9 of their Campeonatos de Parejas Oli titles. So yeah, cheating to win from the champions. Pretty much the only way they could actually beat the Eternal Kings. And yeah, you'd have to think that Lopez and Flores are quite pissed off after this. No improvements, but still 70C+ is relatively good, and it gives us a 70C+ for our overall show rating there as well. Again, a little bit low, not as good as you kind of want because it's no longer. We basically need a B- to increase our popularity in the West Central Mexican area. But still, it's doing what it needs to do, increasing in 2 regions. That's fine. All right, so let's actually skip to the end of the month. I want to see the profit. We'll also check Kyler's popularity as well. TV. Whoa. Okay. TV rating getting a 0.71. The last TV rating was a 0.56. That's kind of skyrocketed a little bit. What's our popular? I guess because we're at a 45, we're actually up to a 62 C for West Central. Yeah, very interesting there. Okay, I like it. Let's advance those days, and we'll get into September here as well. But I have to say, this has been a pretty good episode, albeit we didn't get the Pride Glory job. But I think we had a really good pay-per-view. We had a couple of good TV shows. I mean, couple of B minuses, but then a couple of C pluses as well. And we are literally only 6 points of importance away from being cult. So we've definitely made some more progress as well. Alright, so let's have a look. We got a pay rise request here from Francisca. We'll give it to her. She's pretty impressive. Danny Rushmore opening a training school, so a new dojo. Speaking of dojos, we are going to be opening our own dojo. I'm thinking we wait until cult. But, I mean, at the same time, we're making so much profit, we could essentially just do it now. But I do want to get the written deals sorted out. And then I also want to sort of see where the finances are at after the written deals, because written deals, they take a chunk of money. They really do. Because that gets paid every month, no matter what. Whereas if you don't use workers, they only get paid their downside on paper appearance if they don't work for the whole month. So it's an interesting sort of conundrum to be in, and we want to make sure that we're in a stable financial position. 3 million, it seems like a lot, but a cult company can really hemorrhage cash if you're not careful. Anyway, once again, we finished first in the regional battle, which is perfect. John Greed, his contract is running out. But I'm assuming he wouldn't come to us. Oh, he actually would. He actually would. That's pretty interesting. He's actually got popularity in Mexico as well. Huh, interesting. I mean, north of the border are just going to re-sign him. I mean, north of the border would be a really interesting company for us to actually go to. They are cults, so we could essentially go to them. But yeah, that'd be interesting. They would definitely be interesting. Okay, well, we have made 212,000 for the month of August, which I think it's definitely up. Obviously, the increase, well, we got an increase in pay-per-view revenue, TV revenue as well. Not TV revenue, ticket sales. TV revenue itself stayed exactly the same. We got a little bit more in sponsors as well, about 7,000 more, which is interesting. Show costs went up a little bit as well, which is a little bit strange. But they've sort of been gradually going up since we came to the company. So that's fine. That's fine. Workers were about the same, a little bit less than we've been spending. So that's pretty good in its own right as well. All right. So we checked the popularity. Let's check Kyler's popularity real quick. Have a cheeky little look. He's up to a 41D in West Central and Southeastern, but only a 40D minus in Northern. As you can see, I mean, he's really increasing a lot of popularity each and every month. Yeah, he definitely is getting about 3 points in West Central every month. I mean, he gained 5 in Southeastern for the month of August. Well, going from July to August. So he's doing well. He's actually doing really well. And, you know, he is the #1 contender for the Mexico title. So we'll have to wait and see. When is that match, or that show, I should say? It is week 3 of September. So that'll be in the next episode. I hope you're looking forward to that, because it's going to be a pretty big event. We're also going to bring in the Confederation of the Territories World Heavyweight Champion, and he's going to take on someone on our roster. We're also going to have a rematch of the tag team titles with the Eternal Kings taking on Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3. And again, that's sort of going to play out a bit of a long-term storyline I'm going to have running with one of those teams. Anyway, apart from that, guys, as always, make sure you give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell as well. And yeah, apart from that, as always, take it easy. I hope you enjoy the end of stat screen.